Good evening, welcome. I'm so glad that you could come a little bit early tonight to come here to the Wittliff Collections. Just a very short rundown on where we've been and where we're going. We closed our galleries a year ago. It's been an entire year, and we moved most of the Lonesome Dove material downstairs because we had to close the Lonesome Dove room. We didn't want to completely put the Lonesome Dove material away because so many people come to look at it. So we put it downstairs in the exhibit case on the first floor. We've been very busy throughout the year. We're open from 8 to 5 as always, processing archives, working on the new website, preparing an online museum shop, which is now up, publishing in both of the book series, producing the Keystone newsletter, serving students and other researchers, especially the new Cormac McCarthy group. We have a lot of Cormac McCarthy fans who are coming here who book their time slot with Katie Salzman, our lead archivist, and so this is all has been working out quite well. We also did a grant-funded web presentation this year based on Dick Revis's, mostly on Dick Revis's papers surrounding the Branch Davidian incident in Waco. That's been an extremely popular archive, and so the Texas State Library and Archives Commission gave us money. It's up on the website. You should see it. It's really pretty amazing. We continued to host readings with the English department, but we had to move those downstairs. Michelle, made sure that we continued that. Also, the MFA graduate students did their readings as well. We also traveled our photo exhibits. We hired a new assistant curator for acquisitions, Shenyi Pei, who unfortunately is not here tonight. She had a previous engagement at the Iowa Writers Workshop, but she'll be back on the job next week. And of course, archives and books and photographs came in throughout the year, either as gifts or purchases. At the end of the big fix, we had 3 times as much wall space as we had before for photographs, 180 feet to 570 feet. We doubled the length of the reading room. We added 4 new office spaces, storage room, this new gallery that multitasks as a meeting hall. We have a high-performance speaker system, capability of filming our speakers and broadcasting that to locations out on the floor for overflow crowds, which is probably what we're going to have tonight, I believe. We have a new mounted computer projector for DVDs and PowerPoint presentations. You'll be seeing that also this evening. We have a DVD to show you, and we hope we won't have too many glitches. If we do, you just have to bear with us. Receiving support from the university to build this space has been especially gratifying because we and the General Library share a new vision for the future of the Alkek. Joan Heath will elaborate further on this, but I believe that as a collecting archive and a gallery, as a research center, as an exhibition and event venue, the Wittliff Collections are in the vanguard of the new library experience, that of a true piazza, a place where members of the university community and the public at large can come together to be inspired, to be instructed, to share cultural experiences, to enjoy the cultural legacy which we continue to grow here at the Wittliff. Art and technology will go hand in hand to take us places we've never dreamed of. It's a wonderful future to contemplate. And our continued growth as a cultural repository positions us to participate fully in this new world. I'd like to introduce Joan Heath, who's the Assistant Vice President and Head of the Alkek Library. She's here to talk a little bit about initiatives for the Alkek going forward.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, I guess I have to turn it down like this. Good evening. Welcome, everyone. Just very briefly, this expansion and space improvement project is a significant step forward for the Wittliff Collections and for the Alkek Library overall. As Connie said, with this project, we've increased greatly our space and ability to exhibit much more of the photography collections than we could before. The reading room for researchers is expanded, and even a little extra space badly needed for staff. And all of it in what I think we all agree is very attractive in an inspirational setting. And that's a very important point, I believe, for a library. We've already had a couple of readings prior to tonight's event, and they've been extremely successful, and I think just lots of many positive meetings and exhibits and events in the future. And yet this is really just one piece, or perhaps you could say the beginning, of how we intend to transform the rest of the library space over the next several years. We know that with all the great changes that have come with technology, and actually a real change in the learning paradigm that has occurred in recent years, that we need to transform the library space. That's going to mean much more use of technology throughout the library, but in various ways, different kinds of spaces, spaces for individual work, spaces for collaborative or working groups. What will be important as we do that, though, is that we carry the theme that I believe is on this floor of a setting that is attractive and, more than anything else, inspirational, that we carry that through the rest of the building as we transform the space here. To do that, though, we will have to free up space. As you will see if you outside of the collection area, on this floor, we have reached the point that we really cannot grow further until we free up space. And the same is true on all the floors of the library. And so it is our intent to build a collections repository, and where we will move significant portions of the library's collections to an off-site location near to the campus. And that will free up the space then for us to repurpose space in this building. We are also expanding library services for digital access. We're already engaged in this and expect to do much more over the coming years. That means more online access to journals and books and all kinds of information, but also selectively digitizing materials from the Wittliff Collections as part of that, and digital publishing, where we are supporting scholarship developed, produced here by the faculty and students at Texas State. Over the last 20 years, we've had a lot of growth, I think, all the way around. The enrollment of the university has grown 48%. We moved to this building in May of 1990, so over 19 years ago. The enrollment, as I said, has increased 48%. The door count of the library last year was 56% higher than it was the year we moved in. And that's over a period of time where a great deal has happened with electronic access. Very often people don't need to come to the library to get access to books or journals. And yet we have an increase in use of the facility. And the Wittliff Collections, the accessions, pardon me, the number of accessions has increased over 1,000% since we opened. So we've had a lot of growth, but hopefully from my remarks you get a taste for just to know that we have an ambitious plan, but I think a very good plan for the years ahead, which, as Connie in her statement was saying, that I think will definitely continue what we have going here, that this will continue to be a very important academic and social center for the university and the region and beyond. So I welcome you for tonight and thank you for all of your support. Thank you.